You to know of an absolutely amazing story about Brandon Raub. He's 26 years old. He's a former Marine. According to his relatives, he is a combat veteran in both Iraq and Afghanistan. He has been in custody since last Thursday, and he was scheduled to be involuntarily held for an additional 30 days after what authorities say were ominous Facebook posts. Okay, wait a minute. The Facebook posts are "The revolution is upon us." I got news for you. It is.
Yeah, and how many Occupy Wall Street people have said that or posted
They're saying it.
What do you mean when you say it is?
It is. The people who want to call for revolution, who want revolution in the streets. Get the guy from the labor unions that just last week was saying, you know what, the goals here of all labor unions and the Occupy Wall Street is an overthrow of the U.S. government, the state, and to overthrow capitalism and replace it with communism. The revolution is here. And I mean, I'm part of it. I'm fighting against it. The revolution is upon us. He was being held at a mental hospital, forced to undergo a series of psychiatric evaluations. This was set to go on for 30 days. Yesterday afternoon, as we were preparing the story to do it on GBTV, he was ordered released by a judge, saying Raub suffered a deprivation of his liberty because he was being held without a clear case or claim against him. Here's what's really amazing on this story. Every family member, every friend said Brandon is definitely not insane. No one came forward to say he was insane or unstable. In the Facebook post that we saw, he didn't specifically threaten anyone. He made vague references to revolution. He talked about taking back the republic. The big crazy thing, and it is crazy, he quoted a song, a rap hip-hop song from Canada. The phrase is, "Sharpen my axe, I'm here to sever heads." Okay, I personally don't post that, but he did. In his proclamation on Facebook, he's clearly anti-war and anti-violence. He said, quote, "Force is not the way because liberty is a powerful concept. The idea that men can govern themselves is the basis for every just form of government." He has no history of violence. He is a decorated Marine. No one thought this guy was going to come out of the house with an axe and decapitate people with an axe or a sword. He is a 9/11 truther. You know how I feel about 9/11 truthers. I think a lot of them are dangerous because they believe what they believe. They will not listen to any other reasonable argument against it. And if you don't believe it, you're part of the conspiracy. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. You can say what you want, and you can believe what you want, but you have to make room for people who disagree with you. They don't. The reason why I point out the 9/11 truther thing is I defend this guy. From what I know thus far, this is a massive warning sign. And I defend him. Even if he's a 9/11 truther, I defend his right to stand up and say the government was involved. I disagree with it. But we live in a society where it is important that people are allowed to make that case. More importantly, we live in a society now where this is how it happened. Thursday, he gets a knock on the door. He opens it up. We have some disturbing posts. We need to come in and search your home and talk to you. He said, "Can I see your warrant?" Don't have a warrant. They threw him down on the ground because they said he was hostile. They didn't have a warrant. They didn't have a warrant for his arrest. They threw him down on the ground. It's on videotape. They handcuff him. The FBI then puts him in the back of a car and takes him to a mental institution for an exam.
That's unbelievable.
Excuse me? This is number 39 on the 1963 list of communist goals. dominate the psychiatric profession and use mental health laws and any means or as a means of gaining coercive control over those who oppose your goals. This is a very big warning sign, especially to our military. A man who risked his life to defend treasured American principles, free speech, goes through this. That is a much scarier proposition than any Facebook post could ever be. You want to give him a call? You want to knock on his door? You want to say, hey, what's the deal? But you don't throw him in the back of a squad car without an arrest warrant, and you just put him in, and they were going to hold him without charge for 30 days until a judge finally stepped in. And I talked to the attorney yesterday after he was released. He said the only reason why this guy was released is because of Facebook, because his mother got on Facebook and started texting everybody. And so people started to kick up. He said, this is happening now.
How many questions have they asked of Malik Shabazz and that whole Black Panther crowd? How many times has the FBI knocked on their door and said, hey, we'd like to talk to you about some of your killing all crackers remarks?
The Black Panthers have audio of them now saying, this came out this week, of them saying they are militarizing. They are developing an army to drag crackers out of their house and beat them and kill them in the streets. Where's that? We have video of people on MSNBC from Occupy Wall Street saying this is a revolution. This is not about repairing the system. This is about tearing the system down. We have that. Are they in mental institutions? Do you have the audio from the labor union guy?
Yeah, I just pulled it up off the. Does it need to be
off
edited?
The Blaze?
Yeah, it's
no. If it's off the Blaze, no.
Well, that's not true. There's they
no,
will...
but I mean, I think we played it off the Blaze the other day.
Yeah, I know we loaded it in the machine, but I don't know that we ever actually got to it on the
you're kidding
the radio show. Yeah, I mean it's pretty amazing audio.
It's stunning. This is one of the big labor union leaders. He's left the labor union, and now he is plotting the destruction of the United States of America. It's on videotape. Most people have never even seen it. It came out last week on the Blaze. And he's saying the labor union's goals are communism. And now he is instrumental. He's one of the guys on the steering committee of the Occupy Wall Street. And he says it's revolution. It is tear down the state, tear down capitalism, and replace it with communism. That's treason. What we're talking about with the Black Panthers. That's organized crime and organized murder. And I believe it's also treason.
It's not quoting rap songs from Canada either.
There's nobody that I know of on the right that is on the reasonable right. I'm sure there's crazy nut jobs living in the woods. But nobody I know that is saying destroy the Constitution and reset it. They're saying protect the Constitution. Make sure that people can't be scooped up in the middle of the night. Where's the press on this? Can you imagine if Mitt Romney were scooping people up and allowing this to happen? I have news for you. If this kind of stuff happens under Mitt Romney, I will be just as hard on him and his Department of Justice. It is equal justice under the law. And you do not hold people because of their opinion. If they are inciting violence, if they are saying, I'm organizing a military to pull crackers out of their house, if they're saying, I'm organizing to tear down the government of the United States of America and usurp the Constitution and replace it with communism, yeah, you know what? I think we do scoop them up. But we do it with a warrant, and we do it with the constitutional practices in place, or you've got nothing. You got nothing. Read this story on the Blaze. See the interview. See the monologue from last night. Do you have the? You have it, Pat?
Mm-hmm.
Here it is.
Yeah, I got some of the audio. You want to hear that?
Are these
now?
the clips you have, Pat? Or are these?
Yeah, these are clips.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Progressive Labor is a revolutionary communist organization. Its objective is to make revolution in the United States, overthrow the capitalist system, and build communism.
Wow. Okay. If you,
Yeah.
Could
Pretty
you
clear.
hear that pretty
Yes.
clearly? Because
Yeah, play it again.
It might be worth another listen.
Yeah, listen.
Progressive Labor is a revolutionary communist organization.
Stop.
Its objective.
Progressive Labor is an organized,
Revolutionary.
communist organization.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Objective is to make revolution in the United States.
Its goal is to make revolution in the United States and
Overthrow the capitalist system and build communism.
overthrow the government of the United States and replace it with communism. This is in an Occupy Wall Street meeting. This is he just left. Do you have it in front of you? He just left a post at one of the biggest labor unions in the country.
Is it? I just looked at it.
Just look
Is
at
it amalgamated?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, amalgamated.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
It's
And
unbelievable.
we're talking to Debbie Wasserman Schultz on CNN. Is that this is enemy of the state? Our Congress and our president, their number one job is what? Protect and defend the Constitution of the United States from all enemies, foreign and domestic. Here is a guy from Amalgamated Labor Union now saying in front of Occupy Wall Street a week before the conventions where Occupy Wall Street is planning anarchist activities, he is saying we are the system of revolution. Our goal is to overthrow the United States of America, its government, and replace it with communism. And nobody cares. Instead, we have a guy who says the revolution is upon us. We have him taken off the street. Facebook. Remember how fast they went to go see Ted Nugent? They went to see Ted Nugent within days. Remember the kid in Tacoma that said, hey, now that you've killed Osama bin Laden, you better look out for terrorists because they might kill you. And they, without even a warning to the parents, they got to him so fast. This kid, 11 years old, they pull him out of school and they question him for 2 hours before his parents come. They couldn't wait. This one? Tell me where we're headed, America. Really, really big warning signs. And by the way, if you are in the military and they want you to sign any document that says that you have post-traumatic stress syndrome or disorder, do not sign it. Do not sign it. There's something wrong. And when they're scooping up our military and they're trying to make them look insane, their first thing, they don't bring him to jail. They bring him to a psychiatric ward. He said yesterday to his attorney, he was freaked out because they just transferred him. He thought he was gone. He said they just transferred him to another psych center, psychiatric hospital, where he was an hour and a half away from anybody. And he said, the doctor said to him, I'm going to put you on drugs, man. I can put you on drugs. He said they were going to force him to take drugs. And the judge intervened. Really not good. Warning sign.